Stars lose. We get a couple minutes into the game, and Dallas is pushing to try and get another early goal. Leonard keeps it out, kind of scrambles, but does not go in. So it remains 0-0. And then Dallas would take a penalty, and Vegas goes on the power play like 3 minutes into the game. Working around, Dobie's making some really good saves. He's tracking, he's reading plays well. He's looking good, just like he did in Game 1. Stars, however, didn't help him a whole lot this game at all. And there were some rough stretches, I'm not going to lie. Roy would come in right down the center of the zone, and he'd rip one, and Dobie just flashes the leather on him. He says, no, you're not doing that. We get about 8 minutes into the period. The shots are 5-1 Vegas. So Vegas is looking a lot better this game. Kiviranta breaks into the zone, and he feeds it across to Gurionov, who looks like he's going to pass, and then he shoots it while he's looking to pass. But he fans on it, so it's not a great shot. And we go into the second period, still 0-0. Vegas starts this period just like they were playing in the first, hard and heavy on the puck, kind of like the Stars were in Game 1. Dallas would, however, get a power play of their own. Did not look good at all, really, at all. I think Vegas probably had just as many shots on net, or at least, if not more, than Dallas did. It was pretty ugly. So Vegas would kill that off, and then Vegas would go to work in the O-zone. And Dobie slid over, and he kind of, in my opinion, he kind of stayed over to the post, or past the post a little too much, and ended up coming out in front, and Stanley would tip it home. Right past Dobie's pad, he just couldn't quite get there. Like I said, I think he was just a little too overcommitted to the guy in the corner, and no one on defense helped him out either. So like I said, I'm not putting that all on Dobie. It's 1-0 Vegas, and then Vegas would go on a power play about 8 minutes into the period again, and they'd work it around, and Carlson would get it kind of where Sagan and Hintz like to work it for the Stars, and he'd fire one through a screen, and he beats Dobie, and now it's 2-0 Vegas. Vegas would continue the pressure. They'd continue to work hard on it. They'd go right back into the Stars zone. They'd end up going on another power play not too long after they score. Theodore rips one from the point and scores. So now, just like that, it's 3-0. Then the replay comes. You see Pacioretty skate around behind Lindell, come up, and his skate goes with Dobie's skate as he's trying to come over, and he can't fully commit to that save because he got stopped by Pacioretty, and they both kind of stumble awkwardly, and so the Stars challenge it. Dobie was after the replay showed on the Jumbotron, he's like, look, come on. So they challenged it. It does get overturned. And that's a point where I was like, okay, the Stars need to use this and start controlling play from here on out to get back in this game. Because they got to do something. And this might be what they need. Because so far they can't solve Leonard. So you'd end up killing that penalty off. But Vegas would continue the pressure, just like they have all game. Ben feeds it to Janmark, who breaks in, and based on last game, I was surprised he tried anything, but he put a shot on net. That's awesome. It does get denied. It was right into the logo. At least he shot this time. So still nothing for the Stars. The shots are 23-12 with 5:30 left in the second for Vegas. Stars not playing a great game, and then Vegas comes in and they go try to play a game of tic-tac-toe, I guess, and decide to stop playing hockey, and they go bing, 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 boom. And Dobie gets a piece of it, but it's not enough. It still goes in the net. And now it's 3-0 Vegas for real. Delson goes on a power play. And like I said, another more Vegas. Vegas on Dallas power plays. Vegas. They come in on a break. Dobie gets enough of it. It stays out. He saves them again. Dobie started getting a little chippy at the end of the second. So we come out to the third, and Dobie's on the bench, which means never before seen in NHL action, Jake Ottinger is in net for the Dallas Stars to start the third period. I don't hate this decision, because this is where the Stars kind of started playing a little bit of hockey. Because they're like, wow, we got this kid in net that's never played before. Maybe we got to play some hockey. Gurionov would go in. He'd get denied. Can't find anything. Stars put some more pressure on than they have all game. They start putting some pucks on net. They're not letting much on Ottinger. Then we get around the 10-minute mark, and Vegas starts putting some more pressure on. Ottinger starts facing some shots. He made the saves. You could tell, it's his first game. He didn't look super comfortable. And then we go late into the game. Dallas pulled the goalie for a little bit, but we'd end up taking Radulov. I think it was Radulov ended up taking a double minor for high sticking, so we would end the game just 3-0, and on the penalty kill. I'm gonna be honest, as a Stars fan, not thrilled with that performance by anybody really, except for Dobie. Dobie played good. Ben and Sagan were good at times in the game. Looking at the score and the results, obviously not good enough. You don't have much more to say. It was not a great game. Leonard did his job, and just like he has all postseason, he's played like a stud. Let's get into the stats. So Robin Leonard would save 24 of 24 for his shutout. His fourth. Hudobin would save 24 of 27 for an 889 save. Your goal scorers, Stasny, Carlson, and Nosek. So the shots in the first period, they were 8-5 for Vegas, 19-7 in the second for Vegas, and 12-5 in the third for Dallas. So Ottinger comes in the third, stops 5 of 5. That's good. I honestly question if they put Ottinger back in net for the next one, because that was abysmal play in Game 2. Maybe they don't. If they play that bad again in Game 3, then maybe they throw Ottinger in. I don't know. Ottinger's supposed to be our next goalie, so we got to see him at some point. And tonight was our first little bit of a sample size. I really like his mask. I just want to throw that in there. I like Ottinger's mask. It looks pretty cool. I know that doesn't really have much to do with anything or any play or anything like that, but I like his mask. So the final shots in the game were 32-24 in favor of Vegas. The face-offs were very much in favor of Vegas at 30-19. Power plays were 1 for 6 for Vegas and 0 for 2 for Dallas. So Dallas, once again, doesn't get a whole lot of power plays, and they don't manage to convert on the little bit that they do get. The hits were 55-47 for Vegas. So all in all, Vegas really controlled pretty much the whole game, and the Stars did not look great throughout the whole game. And you can probably tell, if you've watched this far, that I'm not thrilled by that game. I really don't have much more to say. It was a poor showing. I'm interested to see what they do decide to do goalie-wise for the next game. I assume they're going to put Dobie back in, and they were kind of just resting him because he's never played this many games in a season in his career. Maybe that's all that was, because the bonus came out after the game and said like it was nothing on Dobie. Like without him, it would have been 6-0. So and I agree with that. Dobie made some really, really good saves in that game. The team just played horribly, and I don't know if that's enough for them to say Ottinger, because you know what happened when they put Hutchinson in with Colorado. Colorado started playing really good and made Hutchinson look good. So maybe the Stars need to try that. I mean, it's 1-1, so it's still early. Maybe they don't go to that yet. I understand if they don't go to that yet. Like I said, maybe they were just trying to give Dobie like an extra period of rest, just so he's back and ready for the next one. I don't know, because he was getting... That honestly easily could have been another 5-goal period, the way that the Stars played. It was horrible. But yeah, I got nothing else to add. If I missed anything, leave it down in the comments below. If you'd like to add anything, leave that down in the comments below. Don't forget to leave a like if you enjoyed, subscribe if you are new, and I'll see you after Game 3. I hope that one looks a lot better than this one.